don't want to waste another day. I want to feel passion, joy, and purpose. I started asking myself, is there more to life than this many years ago? And it is one of those pivotal moments, a monumental question in your heart. It's almost like it's that moment that your heart is set ablaze. And asking that question, is there more to life than this, will serve you in ways beyond what you had imagined. And then came the question of, what is my purpose? And if you found your way here, then you've probably been having that question swirl around in your mind, maybe for the past couple of days, weeks, months, maybe even a couple of years. So you probably also experienced all kinds of emotions attached to this. Frustration, what? Why am I here? Why was I born? What am I doing? What was I meant for? You've probably even had a few sparks of insights kind of shine through all the chaos of the mind, showing you the direction you need to be heading. You might have even had some anger pop in with some limited beliefs and thoughts that sound like, I'll never be anything. I can't do that. I experienced all of this, and it led me to another question. Questions are great, aren't they? They can be frustrating and annoying for sure, but isn't the question itself the thing that challenges us? To awaken parts of us inside that were truly wanting to live, to know that we've known things, to remember to what we've known, and to strive to find those answers to what we've never known. The question is it not that we don't know what our purpose is, but that we are actually scared of that purpose? I mean, think about it. Purpose is full of sacrifice. Sounds scary in itself. What is sacrifice? To give up on oneself? To offer something or even yourself to another? To suffer in many cases? Is our purpose actually found in the sacrifices we have made since the day we were born? And is that the reason when we reach a certain stage in this beautiful path of ours that we start asking those big questions? Do we act oblivious to it, acting like we don't know what our purpose is because we're actually scared of that purpose? Big questions. Carl Jung, in his book, The Red Book, says, what would you willingly sacrifice yourself for? This means that your purpose isn't found in money, car, clothes, status, or any other self-serving pleasure, but rather your purpose is found in the thing that you would willingly suffer for. Your purpose lies in serving something that you deem as greater and more valuable than your own existence. So basically, your purpose can be found in something you voluntarily sacrifice yourself for. Ooh, deep. Or is it deep? Is it that deep? I mean, think about this. If you're one that believes in a higher power, God, source energy, whatever the case may be for you, and let's say that higher power bestowed upon you this great gift that you are going to use in your purpose from the day you were born until you return. Now, it can be something so subtle yet so unique to you, but it makes all the difference. Think back over the files of your memories when you were a child. Maybe it is selflessness. Now, I can give you a perfect example of this because I see it in my youngest daughter every single day. She is a great example of this. She's 6 years old and she recently had open heart surgery. And as we were in the hospital, she's recovering and, the days are going by. She's starting to get a little bit of energy back. And she wants to go down to the gift shop one day. All right. And, when she asked me that, I started thinking back on all the things that I had seen in there because I'd went in there, a couple of days before and ordered a bunch of flowers. I wanted to fill her room with flowers. So my mind automatically goes to all the things I think she would want, right? A big lollipop, the rainbow swirl circle, big, huge rainbow pops, or a stuffed unicorn, things like that. That came into my mind thinking, yeah, this is what she's going to want. So as we walked into the gift shop, she actually strolled right past these things, all the things that I was sure she was going to want. But instead, she headed over to this table to where more boy-themed toys were, and she picked up this dinosaur stuffed animal. Now, this 6-year-old little girl with this bright, beautiful rainbow heart was thinking of her cousin, the one she calls her brother. She wanted something for him. And I see her do this time and time again, and it just absolutely blows my mind every single time. It wasn't for her that she wanted to go to the gift shop. She wanted to go and get him something. She makes sacrifices every single day in her selflessness. If it's not him, it's her sister or her aunt or me, her mom. She makes sacrifices, and that is beautiful, and it's her superpower. And it's also going to be a weakness. Is she going to feed the hungry when she gets older, or host secret Santas to make sure that every single kid has a toy for Christmas? Who knows? But I do know that quality, that strength, that goodness that says I will put you first and sacrifice what I could have for you is going to play a major role in her purpose. But we can't not see the weakness in that too, because life is all about balance, and where there is a positive, there is a negative. I'm going to hop to that in a minute. Also think back to when I was a child myself, and I had this uncanny gift to recognize when someone was covering something up. The how are yous, the fake smile, the forced I'm okays, It always told a different story, and I was, and I still am, a great observer of people. I can sit in a room all day and watch people, seeing their stories, come to life vividly in my mind, the way that they would hold back disappointment on their face or lie about their happiness, fake the laughter, and save face over and over again. And yes, this gift plays a large role in my purpose. So think about your story. Think about your memories. What small or big gift do you have? So let's go back to that positive and negative side, right? We'll call it our strengths and our weaknesses. Within that weakness, it's like a negative imprint is where you're going to find more to that sacrifice. It's where you're going to see clearly your purpose. I myself sacrificed making friends a lot. I would rather dip into the hidden parts of others than to play that game of let's sweep it up under the rug. And to even further this challenge with my sacrifice, I actually grew up in a family full of people that wanted to teach me to just sweep it up under the rug. Let's ignore it. Let's act like it's not there. I imagine my youngest daughter, who is so selfless that she will put other people's needs before her own, will be challenged with heartache throughout her life. It's going to test her. Let's be honest. It's going to test her continuously, and she will have to make sacrifices time and time again. And, but as she does this, I wholeheartedly know and believe that she's going to grow as an individual. For without life's challenges, there is no growth. And without life's challenges, would there even be purpose at all? I think we have a higher power purpose, putting to use the gift that we were so cleverly born with. And of course, through trial and error with that, we find ourselves in fear of using that gift because, man, sometimes we get hurt. We have a purpose of learning and growing through those trials and errors, through our weaknesses. We recognize ourselves, the depth of who we are. We truly begin to see ourselves, and we're able to tap into our fullest potential. This is what's called the hero's journey, this personal journey, this path to you. And through this journey, you're gonna mess up. There's no doubt about it. You're gonna make mistakes, big and small. You're gonna fall many, many times. You will experience heartache and pain and grief and sorrow, and you will carry this hurt for just a little while, because even that pain is a great teacher. Somewhere through this journey, this path of purpose, there's going to be fear. Fear to be you, fear to show the world who you are, fear to share your story, fear to mess up again, fear of falling or fear of failing. I believe finding your purpose isn't the biggest question we should be asking, but what do I fear about my purpose? There is a key that your spirit holds inside that knows exactly what your purpose is. It has called out for you time and time again. But through your circumstances around this purpose, fear has surrounded the vision of what that could truly look like for you. Maybe your sacrifices in childhood were very traumatic. I know mine were. We read books and watch movies that have examples of this all the time. The child that was abused and took the beating to protect his sister, that was challenged with knowing what love was, but persevered and became a social worker to make sure that any child under his care was always protected. The little girl that never felt like she had parents because alcohol was for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She knew independence, but she knew loneliness. She was challenged with a life of balancing when to be independent and when to actually ask for help. Maybe when to trust someone and even allow them to get close to her at all. Because the people that were the closest didn't have her well-being as a part of their intentions, right? So she began to develop trust issues. She was challenged where she was most vulnerable, her weaknesses. And within her purpose, she used her story to show others that we can find a healthy balance even through our past experiences. And maybe she became a drug and alcohol counselor. So think back on what you have overcome. What has challenged you? What has challenged your gift? And furthermore, where does the fear lie now within you? What about that weakness? One of my biggest challenges that has been constant in my life is speaking. Communication itself. What? So you mean to tell me that you have this incredible gift to see what's hidden inside of people, but you also have this fear of speaking on it? Okay. So I'll tell you a little secret. Am I living in my purpose? No. No, I don't believe that I am fully living in my purpose. And I mean, there has been times that I have been aligned to my purpose and it felt incredible. I know my gift. I see my challenges. I see what I have overcome, and I see the areas where I have grown tremendously. However, the past few days, I have actually been questioning my purpose, which has led me to this topic altogether. Again, it isn't what is our purpose, it's what fear is holding us back from our purpose. Think of the many ways that you could actually be in service to even a small amount of people with your gift. And I'm going to end this with what I think is the best example of fear blocking you from tapping into your purpose. And that's my own experience. I was 3 when I was sexually abused the first time. And from that experience, I developed a massive challenge to speak, to let others know, to share my fear, my disappointment, my confusion, my sorrow. I became mute. Technically, it was selective mutism, because I would speak to certain people at certain times, but I was very, very selective. Not only about the people that I chose to speak to, but the words that I chose to say. And I struggled with this for so many years, and I still do. And I began asking big questions around the age of 17. Why was I like this? Why did my brain work this way? Why couldn't I tell my boyfriend at the time, what was bothering me when he asked? Why did my mind shut down and couldn't even push out a word in the most easiest of conversations? I wanted to know myself, and I wanted others to know me too. I worked with myself on a very deep level, healing those wounds inside and going back into my memory and understanding what had actually happened when I was younger and knowing my fear. And I took that fear by the hand. But I'm realizing in this moment that it's not that I don't know what my purpose is. It's that I'm scared for others and the trauma that they have had to endure. I'm scared that they aren't ready to see what is hidden within themselves. I spent most of my life trapped inside of my pain because of this experience of that one particular person, trapped in the fear itself of speaking about it. What if I used my gift and walk in my purpose of trying to help someone through their trauma and they can't speak about it? What if they too have held on to it for so long that it physically hurts to come to the surface? What if I missed something hidden because I missed this fear in myself? That's a lot of what ifs. So maybe I need to start asking the question of, what if I don't try? Will they feel locked inside of themselves, never knowing the freedom from all of that pain? The way that I felt all of those years? Will they always feel like their story doesn't matter? Will they always walk through their life feeling like they can't be understood? They can't understand themselves, so the question of why just eats at them. My purpose is to be in service to others like me that have felt that pain, and to give them a safe space to release the hurt, to help them to understand who they are beyond even the trauma, and to realize that through all of that, they have purpose. So I hope this shakes something awake inside of you. A desire to know yourself more deeply. A desire to heal even the parts of us that are scary. And a desire like no other to live in your true purpose. You are pure magic, uniquely you. So until next time, knock out thoughts of the day.